Every story worth telling begins small, not with certainty, not with a detailed plan, but with faith. "45 years ago, Christ Greenfield didn't begin as a large church or a finished vision. It began as a calling. A handful of people who believed God was doing something here, even if they couldn't fully see what it would become. They showed up week after week. They prayed, they served, they trusted that God would take something small and grow it in His time. What they planted wasn't just a church, they planted a community rooted in the grace of Jesus.
I'm Pam Allman, and this is my husband, Maury. We moved to Gilbert back in December of 1987 and took several months to scope out different possible churches for our family, and we finally decided to join Christ Greenfield late summer of 1988.
Hi, I'm Steve Ehrman, one of the 3 deacons here at Christ Greenfield Church and School. I joined the church in 1988.
I'm Kristen Hyduk.
And I'm Bart Hyduk. We started attending in 2006, had our oldest baptized in 2007 and became members in 2010 after our second was baptized.
And I'm Ron Wilson.
And I'm Vicki Wilson. And we started coming to Christ Greenfield Christmas of '87.
Hi, I'm Tammy, and this is Ed Lamb, and our family has been with Christ Greenfield for 25 years now.
My name is Ivan Dankenbring, and I've been attending Christ Greenfield since 1988.
I'm Dave Dankenbring. I'm his baby brother, and I've been here I'm pushing 10 years now.
My name's Chase, this is Paige, and we've been coming here to Christ Greenfield for 6 years now.
My name is Jake Bessling, and I served at Christ Greenfield from 2005 to 2021.
My name is Trey Cox.
I'm Janelle Cox, and our family have been members of Christ Greenfield for 30 years now.
So my name is Seth. This is my wife, Carly. We are part of the Cox clan here. I have attended Christ Greenfield since I was born, actually. My mom was one of the first preschool teachers here, and we've just been going here to Christ Greenfield as a family ever since.
I started as a kindergartner here, and Seth and I actually met in elementary school, and then we got married in 2022.
And we were locker buddies here at Christ Greenfield, so parents, find out who your kid's locker buddy is. They might be your future son or daughter-in-law.
So Christ Greenfield in the early days, a lot of focus on kids. So children's always been a core of this church, which is what drew us to the church.
And back then, the campus was pretty small. It was 3 to 5 acres in size, just had a central area to worship in. Back in the day, when I had opportunity as a Town of Gilbert employee, I worked with the Parks and Recreation Department. And my boss at the time said, hey, Maury, we need some land next to your church property for a riparian preserve. And, oh, by the way, do you think your church would be interested in co-purchasing some land? The additional property for the church, school, and campus was jointly purchased for the land that occupies the riparian preserve. The town and our church body jointly purchased that at that time, and it turned out to be a wonderful investment.
The school is very near and dear to our hearts. When we first arrived, there was only the preschool and the kindergarten class, and they were just going to open up a first grade class. But our kids all grew from their experience in a Christian education.
We were looking for a church and looking to get connected with a church community.
What drew us in was the young families that were sitting around us and just the instant fellowship and community that we developed.
And I found Christ Greenfield because of their youth program, and we were so happy and have been ever since with the emphasis this church has on youth and youth ministries.
What drew us to Christ Greenfield was finding a preschool for our oldest son at the time. So we've been a part of the church preschool, school for all those 25 years, raising up 4 adult kiddos now.
I arrived in 2005 as a 22-year-old, as an intern, and man, there was hardly anything around here. There were literally green fields around here. And even the space that I'm looking at here in the courtyard wasn't built out with a gym, multiple classrooms. And I love those days before that, because you could just see that God was doing something great, but we really weren't sure what that is yet.
When you walk onto one of our campuses at Christ Greenfield, you feel it right away. This place is alive, and not because of buildings or programs, but because of people. People who decided that church isn't just something you attend once a week, it's something you live out together. Over the years, God continued to bring people into this story. Families, students, neighbors, people carrying questions, doubts, and hope. And somehow, through all of that, this church kept growing. Not just wider, but deeper. You see, growth has never been our goal. Faithfulness has. And what we've seen is that when people are loved well, when they're invited to belong, growth becomes a byproduct. Not something we chase, but something God, in His time, provides. That same heart is what led us to start the school. It wasn't about adding another institution. It was about investing in the next generation, about shaping hearts as much as minds. Every classroom tells a story, not just of lessons learned, but of lives being formed. These students are learning who they are. They're learning they're known. They're learning they are deeply loved by Jesus and by others. And our calling doesn't stop at the edge of our campuses. From the beginning, Christ Greenfield has believed that faith should move outward in love, into our neighborhoods, into places of need, into real lives. Serving through ministries like La Mesa reminds us why we exist in the first place. We exist to love our neighbors, to show up consistently, to reflect Christ in tangible ways. This is faith with sleeves rolled up. What encourages me most isn't just what we've built, no, better yet, what God has built over time. What encourages me, though, is who we're becoming. I see volunteers who serve quietly and faithfully. I see young people stepping into leadership. I see families finding a home. This is what the church looks like when it's working the way that God intended. But anniversaries aren't just about remembering where we've been. They're about asking where God is leading us next.
I think for me, in 5 years is more the same. Keep the focus of where they have on our youth and growing new leaders within the church and expanding outside our community.
Branching out into other locations, just really taking what we have at Christ Greenfield and being able to replicate that in different settings.
Well, God has blessed us with real growth right now. I see our church, our facilities here on campus overflowing so that we'll have to plant new churches elsewhere.
Well, I hope to see, as Ivan said, a continuation of the growth that we've been blessed with over the last few years.
That the people that are now in their 20s and 30s will be stepping into leadership roles in this church.
We have a 7-month-old son at home. His name's Carter, and when we think about where the church will be in the next 5 years, we obviously think about the school, and we hope that we have him and maybe our future children here just attending a thriving school.
What we hope that it continues to grow into is just a continual place for people to come, younger families that we can connect with, as we're trying to grow our family here in the coming years.
We're really hoping to see the youth program really develop and continue to be a huge reason of why we love coming here and spending time with the youth and eventually our own kids. And it's just going to be really exciting to see that flourish.
I pray that the community is still growing and vibrant, that the school is continuing to be a great partner in ministry. I just look forward to the church serving the community around us and continuing to grow.
We're excited to see the Eden Village project completed and possibly have dreams of something more in that area of the La Mesa Ministries. It's just wonderful to see how much that's expanded already, and I foresee it getting even larger.
My desire for you is that you would grow deeper and deeper in your prayer life. That each and every day you would wake up and you would think, how can I commune with the living God?
Being mission-minded, helping people hear about Jesus and come to believe in Him. And once they have come to faith, then give them purpose and meaning in life by helping them find out where they're gifted and where they would plug in to help other people in the kingdom.
When I think about the future, I don't start with numbers. I think about people, who we're reaching, who feels at home here, who finds real hope because Christ Greenfield exists. My hope is that we continue to be a place where lives are changed by Jesus, where people can show up just as they are, they can ask honest questions and experience grace in real and tangible ways. A place where faith isn't just talked about on Sundays, but it's lived out daily as disciples are shaped, sent, and empowered to bring the light of Christ, the light of Jesus, into a dark world. I hope we continue planting seeds that we may never see fully grow. Seeds of kindness, seeds of generosity, seeds of faith passed down from one generation to the next. Five years from now, at our 50th anniversary, I hope we're more rooted than ever, more connected to one another than ever, more attentive to the needs of those who are around us. I pray we're not just bigger, I pray we're deeper. The people who planted this church 45 years ago did so for a future they would never fully see. And now we're standing in that future, which means it's our turn to plan what comes next. This is Christ Greenfield, rooted in faith, alive in the present, and growing toward Jesus' future. And by God's grace, the seeds we plant today will bless generations we haven't even met yet.